Hello everyone, Jeanette Womble back here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am your local realtor and resource for all things Columbia. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that people hate about Columbia. So let's get started and I'll take you through this list. These are the most common things that I hear about all the time. If you have other things that you want to share about Columbia that really you're not loving, feel free to comment, or you can like the video but not like Columbia. And also, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'll always be producing information about Columbia to help all of us learn more about our city in the central part of South Carolina. You could pretty much go into any coffee shop or establishment anywhere around Columbia right now, and people are going to complain about the roads. The condition of the roads around Columbia is really below the standard of many of the surrounding states. As a matter of fact, they're trying to work on the roads, and we've got a lot of construction. A couple of weeks ago, I was driving in through a construction zone, and look at what happened to my tire. So I had this set of pliers get lodged into my tire as I was traveling through an overpass area that they're working on. So not only do we have a lot of construction going on due to the growth in Columbia, we've grown very quickly. We also have a tremendous amount of what I like to call patchwork on our roads. So they're not really going through on the side roads and repaving. They're just filling in all the potholes. So just you got to be careful if you're driving with a cup of coffee, because some of these side roads, it's like just bumpy as you're going down the roads. So the condition of the roads here in Columbia is definitely something that we can improve on. And that's at the top of my list of things that the majority of the people here are very frustrated with. So in addition to the roads, we have a lot of traffic. There's a lot of congestion. We've got an intersection that has almost like a 4-leaf clover around it, and everyone calls it Malfunction Junction because as cars are coming onto the highway, they're also crossing and going off. So it's very dangerous. And every day there are usually multiple accidents. When these accidents occur, it just creates a backup. So for us realtors or people who travel a lot, I definitely recommend that you use an app like Waze or your favorite road app to tell you where there's red areas and zones that you're definitely going to want to avoid. Also, Friday afternoons, because we're in the center of the state, there are a lot of people that are going to go straight up 2 hours north up to Asheville into the mountains, or they're going to go about 2 hours south down to the beach. So if you're traveling on a Friday to head to the beach or up to the mountains, you want to definitely plan for traffic time and take that into consideration when you arrive at your final destination. Also, watch for bad drivers. We are known to be part of the country with some of the worst drivers in the United States. Folks are going to go 90 miles per hour on your right when you're driving down a 3-lane highway, and they'll just cut right in front of you and cut you off. There's always people doing crazy things on those roads. So we definitely want to make sure that if you're here, living here, or moving here, that you're very good about checking not only your windshield all the time, but also your rear view mirror, because there's probably more going on behind you than in front of you on any given time you jump on the highway system. The third thing that a lot of people don't like here are all of the kinds of critters that we've got. So they call them palmetto bugs, but I'm not from South Carolina originally. I look at these things and I just see a cockroach. I've got them in my house. My dog likes to chase them. They're pesky. They can get into your pantry. They can run across your bedroom floors. So I do recommend, if you don't like bugs, especially in your home, that you contract with a pest control company, especially during the warmer months, because that's when we see them most often. In addition to the little palmetto bugs that are everywhere, we have these chameleons or lizards that are always outside. Every time I open my door, I see one running across my front porch. And we have a lot of snakes here. As a matter of fact, a client of mine sent me this picture. They were going out on their back deck and they saw something coming up through the boards of their deck. and lo and behold, it was a snake coming up the wall. We've got lots of snakes here, black snakes, rat snakes, water moccasins, copperheads. So you've got venomous and non-venomous. If you don't like snakes, then you might want to watch where you move to in Colombia. Maybe don't move around a lot of our water areas, because that's where we're going to have heavier snake populations. The fourth thing we all agree on is the frustration with the oppressive heat and humidity. It gets very hot here for an extended period of time. Usually we'll start seeing 90-degree weather in late April, early May. As a matter of fact, today we're in mid-April and it's going to be 90 degrees. We'll get up over 100 into 110 or more degrees, but it's the humidity. We have very oppressive humidity here. And the challenge is you'll step outside or you'll jump in your car and it's this hot, humid weather. And then you walk into a building and it feels like it's like 60 degrees in the building. So I always recommend, keep a couple layers in your car. That way, if you go into a grocery store, a shopping mall, or your place of work, you can layer up because they'll have the air conditioning cranked. Then when you walk outside, it's just going to be like just dripping in sweat the minute that you get out the door. So be prepared for oppressive humidity and high heat that is going to extend over the span of months if you are in the Columbia, South Carolina area. The fifth thing that people can be frustrated with here in Columbia is the size of the Columbia Metropolitan Airport. It is a lovely airport. It's beautiful inside. The challenge is there are not a lot of direct flights. So if you need to travel a lot, if you try to go for longer distances, most people are going to go up to Charlotte, which is about an hour and a half north from downtown Columbia, or they'll even go over to Atlanta. Atlanta is going to be about a 3 to 3.5 hour drive. It's kind of a boring drive. So generally speaking, most of us are going to travel out of Charlotte. You can get up there, you can do your long-term parking and jump on your flight. So the size of the airport here in Columbia is definitely modest. It's, like I said, it's a really pretty airport, but you always have to connect. And because of that, the airline tickets can also cost a little bit more too. So as a quick recap, the 5 things people are always complaining about: you've got your road conditions, you've got your traffic situation with poor drivers and congestion in a lot of our construction zones, lots of critters, whether it be bugs, snakes, or other reptiles. We have this oppressive humidity that's going to span several months, and we have a very small airport. So if those things are making you think, Columbia may not be for me, we can definitely recommend other parts of the state that you might want to consider. Or if those aren't really that big of a deal to you and you still want to think about Columbia and hear more about the great things we have, again, I'm a local realtor here. I'd love to answer your questions. My name is Jeanette Womble, and I'm with eXp Realty here in Columbia, our capital city in South Carolina. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Hope you're having a great day.